In this module, we're going to talk about creating visual aids and resources to use in class. So it really depends on your subject and, as we've talked about before, the audience and the age of the person that you're going for. But there are lots of infographics, as we've discussed before, and there's lots of different infographics, resources, graphics, and templates that you can search for on Canva. So we're going to start off with looking at some healthy tips and maybe healthy infographics like we've done before. So we'll start out with healthy tips, and for example, even drink water, sleep enough, those types of things is absolutely fine. But if you're looking for a slightly younger audience, you're looking for something that is appropriate for them, nothing to do with alcohol. So let's type in healthy tips for kids. Yeah, so something like this would be a graphic or an infographic or a resource that you might want to use. So we're going to click on it and we're going to customize it. Now, all we're interested in is these sections here and probably the kids down at the bottom. So if I get rid of some of these other things in the background just by clicking on it and then hitting the backspace, and we'll also take away the background as well. Now, on a PC, it's Control and A to select everything. On a Mac, it is Command and A. And then Command and C or Control and C on a PC for copying. And then we're just going to go to the top left hand corner, click on the hamburger menu and through to Home. And we're going to go for a presentation. And this shows me all the presentation examples. Now we're looking for something a wee bit friendlier and something a bit younger this time. So we'll go for this one here and customize the template. But this time we are going to type in a title for it. And click off the canvas, and then we've got some of our presentation slides on this one. And let's say, for example, on even that one, we wanted to get rid of these characters down at the bottom, but keep the background. And that's title is okay. You can still read it, but you might want to change it and bring it up as well. And now what we're going to do on a PC, Control and V, on a Mac, Command and V, which will paste in what you're working with. And if you wanted to keep this in one resource, you would do Control and G to group it, or Command and G to group it, and that groups the entire image. And then just position it wherever you're wanting to. So if you wanted to, you could put it over here on the left hand side. And then I would grab this subheading here and do Control and D or Command and D to duplicate it. And then in here, we're just going to move that down a bit, left align it, going to click off the canvas and then bring that over. And then you could put in some text and a different color, different size, different font style, all in on the right hand side. Now there's no limit to how many templates, elements of templates, elements over here. So if I went for healthy diet, for example, and I went into the graphics, that is consistent to the rest of your presentation or your class. So you could go on down and search for anything that you're wanting to. For example, if you wanted a salad bowl, you could bring that across. And you can duplicate it by Control and D on a PC, Command and D on a Mac. And you could go and copy and paste that into any slide that you wanted to. And that applies then for resources. So if I wanted this one and this actual graphic, I would click once on this, hold down my Shift key, Control and C or Command and C, depending on what type of computer you're using. Control is for PCs, Command is for Apple Macs. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back home and we're going to go into design and we are just going to do an A4 flyer. You can bring those resources into any type of document that you want. You can bring them into a blank canvas or a template that is laid out in exactly the way that you want it to, or one that you're going to edit slightly. But you're not restricted to using the resources, the graphics, the elements that are on that. If you find something in a different template or different document, you can copy and paste that over and make your design your own. So the other thing that you can do is whenever you go to the hamburger at the top left hand corner, you can go to create a new design and you can go to custom size. Now the purpose of this is to be more specific in what it is that you're wanting as a canvas size, and commonly it will be set to pixels. But when it comes to printed resources and so on, you're more likely to go for millimeters or centimeters or inches, depending on what you have been given that you're wanting to print it out. So in Canva, your canvas is not restricted to just an A4, an A3, an A0 page. You can put in whatever size you want. So in centimeters here, I'm just going to go for something that is 60 centimeters by 25, and then click on create a new design. And that you know that if you were to send this off to printers, you would be giving them a PDF for print that was in the right size for them then to send that to their printer. So if you wanted to make a banner or an element for your classroom that was outside of the sizes that you can print in a normal printer or photocopier, you can still create the actual canvas, put all the elements that you want to put onto it, save it or share it and download it as a PDF. Now this is disabled because I have nothing on this, whereas if I just paste it over the last thing that I had and then go to share, download, I can select PDF for print and then I can email that over to any kind of printer. So you can use Canva to create any type of document that you want. Flyers, leaflets, presentations, newsletters, pull-up banners, and all sorts of things. There's no limit to what that you can actually print. You can actually send something off for billboards, should you actually wish to. Pull-up banners, there will always be a size from whatever printer that you go for. And then whenever you go to File and create a new design, go for custom size and put in the measurements that you've been given from the printer for a pull-up banner or a resource to use in your classroom. There's lots of different resources and visual aids through different templates and elements on the left-hand side. You just search for what it is that you're looking for, and you can go for photos as well as graphics, and there's also videos and so on as well. There is no limit to the types of resources and visual aids that you actually create. And in a future module, we'll be looking at creating cards, board games, and all those different types of things as well.